welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, the tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, give it a stretch. Okay. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. Welcome back. All right. Hopefully that last work session was a productive one for you. For me, not too bad. Things seem to be printing. That's good. I got some breakfast, so because I was starving, and I was working on a one of the boxes to send out, and yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. So hopefully it is also a productive one for you. Right now, though, I want to take a look at this article that I came across, and I figured, you know what, might as well share it on here. It seems very interesting and very important, because sometimes we don't realize the tools we are using, especially like in open source. They can be they're very important, and they could be like attack vectors or what have you. You know what I'm saying? As far as security and things, because again, there's open source, and I can think of a few different stories from back in the day where a rogue like maintainer or someone was just like, nope, not happening anymore, and it broke a lot of different projects. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of different applications that were built on top of it. And so it's kind of important to kind of know what is happening behind the scenes with these applications that we build. And so these folks over at GitHub posted this blog post. I think I might need to make this larger. Let me see how it pulls up. I'll make it. I'll zoom in a little bit. Oh, that didn't. Wait, why didn't that zoom in? Hold on. There we go. That was weird. All right, here we go. So, all right. So I'm gonna post a link to this. So it'll be next to the recording of the video, so you can check it out for yourself. I think it's a pretty cool initiative. You know what I'm saying? Actually, because the thing with open source, it doesn't make money. It's open source. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of relies on the generousness of people. And so by doing this, I think it's kind of cool where it can help support those open source projects that are very, very important. You know what I'm saying? And so, all right. So I posted a link to it. It'll be next to the recording of the video on untilit.works. But here we go. So securing the supply chain at scale, starting with 71 important open source projects. So learn how the GitHub Open Source Fund helped 71 open source projects significantly improve their security posture through direct funding, expert guidance, and actionable playbooks. So GitHub, it looks like they understand that, hey, there's a lot of different open source projects that a lot of like corporations and businesses and people rely on. And if everything were to happen to those, it could mess up a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It can have rippling effects. You know, and so yeah, so it's pretty dope. So yeah, so GitHub sponsors. I think we've spoken about that before here a while ago, but here we go. So shout out to Kevin Crosby and Greg Cochran. All right, and this is again like August 11th, so like a week ago. All right, so this is one of the things I was thinking about, the log4j 0 day. But when the log4j 0 day broke in December 2021, everyone learned the same lesson. One under-resourced library can send shockwaves through the entire software supply chain. Today, the average cloud workload includes over 500 dependencies. Damn. Many of them tended by unpaid volunteers. Again, that's like how open source is. Sometimes somebody may create something and it's just kind of like for themselves, and other folks find use in it. And they're like, oh, hey, this is pretty cool. Can we use it? And then it is kind of more and more people. And now you have all these different like pull requests and people asking for things and all these stuff. And you're like, this is just a little thing that I wanted to use. You know what I'm saying? It kind of like blows up. And so again, some of these folks aren't getting paid for that. And so sometimes things slip between the cracks. And so the need to support and secure this ecosystem has never been more urgent. Exactly. So in response, GitHub launched the GitHub Secure. I cannot read today. In response, GitHub launched the GitHub Secure Open Source Fund in November 2024. So like late last year. Which provides maintainers with financial support to participate in a 3-week program that delivers security education, mentorship, tooling, certification, community of security-minded maintainers, and more. By linking this funding to programmatic security outcomes, our goal is to increase security impact, reduce risk, and help secure the software supply chain at scale. So that's dope. So I guess they mentioned they actually give them money, but they also give them like education and mentorship and the tools to be able to make sure that things are secure as possible. So that's dope. Because what is it? You know, give a person a fish, they eat for a day, teach them how to fish, and they eat forever. You know what I'm saying? Cool. So already we've seen measurable impact from proactive work. Our first 2 sessions brought together 125 maintainers from 71 important and fast-growing open source projects. Early outcomes include remediated over 1,100 vulnerabilities detected by CodeQL, reducing their risk surfaces. Okay. Participants issued more than 50 new common vulnerabilities and exposures, CVEs, informing and protecting their downstream dependents. Oh, okay. So they're able to kind of like pinpoint some different vulnerabilities and stuff so that the people using their things will be able to know, oh, hey, you need to fix this or something. You know what I'm saying? All right, prevented 92 new secrets from being leaked. Interesting. And 176 leaked secrets were detected and resolved. So, hey, you know, maybe you're in a rush, you're coding, and you accidentally, git push that secret, and you're like, oh, damn, it's all bad. All right, empowered maintainers for long-term success, with 100% saying they left with actionable next steps for the following year's roadmap. Okay, that's cool. So make them feel good. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it can be like you're not getting paid. You know what I'm saying? It can be like a grind to try and keep these things, keep up with the demand and things. So it's good to see people like they felt like they're felt good about it. You know what I'm saying? And then accelerated adoption of security best practices. So with 80% of the project enabling 3 or more GitHub-based security features. And see, that's where the whole thing is, GitHub-based security features. So GitHub has an interest in making sure that these projects are do as well as possible because, I mean, they have different like GitHub-based security features that they can like implement or what have you. You know what I'm saying? So it helps on both ends. I mean, so all right. So prepared projects for the future of development, as 63% said they have a better understanding of AI and MCP security. That's another one. This MCP security thing, I've been seeing a lot more and more about this because I've been getting into MCP and how to secure your servers and your just everything, your whole MCP. Servers, and there's like remote servers, all sorts of stuff. So, yeah. So maintainers found novel ways to partner with and use AI to accelerate learnings and implement solutions. With many consulting GitHub Copilot, again, GitHub. So GitHub has a vested interest in helping this along so that people will use their products, you know, like GitHub Copilot, you know what I'm saying? Or like the other security features that I mentioned before, to conduct vulnerability scans. Oh, really? I didn't know you did that. And security audits, define and implement fuzzing strategies, and more. That's dope. So these results show directly. Oh no, damn! I cannot read today. It's been a long day. Like I mentioned, I got all of the orders out for the people who verified their addresses, and so last week was just a run. You know what I'm saying? And so this is like the first time I get to kind of like slow down a little bit. But back to this. These results show direct security impact immediately from the sessions, and the momentum is just beginning. Maintainers have embraced a culture of security, built out security backlogs, and are actively sharing insights with the maintainers in the community and with their direct project contributors and consumers. As a result, the entire ecosystem benefits, and security impact will continue to grow. All right, that's dope. And so they're not done. They have another one coming up in next month, session 3. They want to bring more maintainers that work deeper into the dependency tree and those that manage critical dependencies by themselves. To see the immediate impact following sessions 1 and 2, let's look at what changed inside the categories of code that power almost everything you build. Damn. So me, I try to start off, well, I mean, there's different, it depends on what I build, you know what I'm saying? But I like to try to keep it as vanilla as possible, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to like deploying things and doing all of this stuff, especially like back end things, a lot of it, I use libraries for those stuff, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of front end stuff, I try to keep it as vanilla as possible, unless I'm using like a framework like Astro or something. But if it's like a quick project, I'll try to stay with as few dependencies as possible. So let's see how this goes. So each session is a 3-week sprint and engagement for a total of 12 months. Okay, all right. So I guess, so does that mean there's 4 sessions? I'm not sure how that works. Okay. The 3-week sprint is designed and curated by the GitHub Security Lab and delivered by security experts from GitHub and our partners. The training is structured into different focus areas per week. So these include foundations of open source security, threat modeling and secure coding, vulnerability management, and AI security. So, oh, this is pretty cool. So now I'm wondering if this is like an in-person thing where you go to somewhere like a GitHub campus or something and they put you up for like 3 weeks and you get to do it. And that's 3 weeks. I mean, if you have a job and you're doing this, you're maintaining this thing on the side and you're not getting paid, taking 3 weeks off could be like, expensive, but so maybe it's remote, you know what I'm saying? And you meet like every after work or something. I don't know. So throughout this program, each project receives $10,000 USD. So that's dope. Which breaks down to $6,000 USD during the sprint, and then $2,000 at 6 and 12 month security check-ins. Okay, so you get 6,000 for the sprint, the 3 weeks, and then you get 4,000 broken into 2 at the 6 month and the 12 month. Okay. And then projects are also invited to a new security-focused community. I'm assuming online community, and office hours with GitHub Security Lab. All right, so you can always ask questions about stuff. That's cool. And they can take advantage of during the full 12 months. Okay, so you have 12 months to be able to do all this stuff. All right, they also receive security resources to immediately implement in their project and Azure credits again, because GitHub is owned by Microsoft and Azure is also owned by Microsoft. So it only makes sense because, again, they have a vested interest in getting people into their ecosystem and kind of get them to use it. You know what I'm saying? Get used to it. So for cloud infrastructure. Okay. And so, okay, so these are the projects that they did. Okay, this is cool. And they have like links to them. Oh, that's pretty cool. So you can link to them. That's pretty dope. I'm noticing all of them are on GitHub. These are all like GitHub links. Kind of interesting. All right, cool. But so you can kind of see as far as AI and ML frameworks and Edge LLM tooling, these are folks that they supported. And that's cool. They say why it matters. That's pretty dope. And they look like they took out one from the group to kind of spotlight. All right, cool. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. And then so here it's front end and full stack framework. So this is stuff I'm mostly into. Oh, that's cool. So wait, so Next.js, Nuxt, and Svelte. All these though are they're under Vercel now. Interesting. So are they backing Vercel? Did they say that here? Let me see. No, they don't. Okay, they don't have them as a spotlight. Interesting. Okay. Okay, well, let's read this one since it's one I'm concerned with mostly. Path to Reg expression. I don't think I've seen that one. Interesting. I've heard of this one. Bootstrap. Bootstrap was by maybe. Oh, you know what? Maybe when Twitter became X, they dropped the support for Bootstrap. Maybe. Oh, that sucks to see. So that's why they have to. Okay. Huh? Because that has to be Twitter Bootstrap. Interesting. And then native script and then WebDriver IO. I think I've seen this one before. I'm not sure if I've ever. Let me look into that. I think, is that the kind of thing where you can like crawl websites and stuff? Let me see. I'm behind the scenes looking here. Yeah, it's a test automation framework for E2E end-to-end, as well as unit and component testing in the browser. Okay, yeah. Okay, I've seen this one before then. All right, cool. All right, you can get started in GitHub Codespaces. That's the thing I've been working on. Cool. So, yeah, so they're saying that These frameworks ship the pixels users touch and often bundle their own server-side routing. Their their install bases number in the millions. Damn. And improving their security posture closes off potential cross-site scripting, template injection, and supply chain hot points. I don't really know what that is. The Bootstrap project alone powers nearly 17.5 of the world's websites. And yeah, Bootstrap, that was that thing, fam. Like everybody uses Bootstrap to style up their front end projects. And then Next.js drives the front ends for Notion and Adobe, among many others. Never really used Next.js too much, but yeah. So that's interesting. So Next.js, Nuxt, and Svelte, which are all now recently under Vercel. Interesting. All right, and they have the UN there. Oh, this is good to see. Node.js, Express, Fastify, Caddy. I'm not familiar with, and NetBird. I'm not familiar with, but these other ones, that's pretty cool to see. Yeah, see, like Node.js alone underpins most server-side JavaScript and has a huge impact in the wider ecosystem. Yeah, I definitely use Node a lot. I was just working on that like Friday. You know what I'm saying? And then so all right, a quick win for Node.js. That's pretty dope. Okay. And then some DevOps tools. So that's pretty dope. You can kind of check out to see what they've been supporting. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh, NVM. That's cool. Oh, data visualization and stuff. Okay, that's pretty dope. So yeah, so it's like a whole like gamut of things. That's cool. And then they had like 1.38 million in commitments from like different partners and stuff. That's pretty dope. All right. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, very nice. So, shout out to GitHub for like organizing all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty dope. All right. Yeah, let me get y'all back to work because I need to get back to work. I have not yet started the post radio show promo stuff. So I just wanted to put this out there. Shouts to GitHub and Microsoft and everybody for helping, secure, because it can kind of get shaky, you know what I'm saying, with all the different dependencies and stuff now. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like you can't go back now. So might as well try and secure up that house of cards that have been built. You know what I mean? And so super dope. So yeah, shouts to them. So let me get back to work. Let me get y'all back to work because I want to get back to work. And I'll send y'all off with some traveling music. This right here is, as a question to everybody that may be watching this. Do you maintain an open source project? Let me know your experience. All right. But for right now, send y'all off with this joint from Anthony Cruz, aka A Butter. The track's called Thank You. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you like 15 minutes after the hour. Take a look at the artist's website, listen to music, watch some videos. Maybe you'll become a fan. All right. So thanks for hanging out. Y'all be easy and peace.
I want to say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out. Now I feel so strong, and I want to say thank you for being there when a brother had nowhere to turn to. You were there, and I feel like hell. And everybody says hell. We spread a love like hell. I want to say thank you for holding on when a brother was down and out.